After 265 days at the summit, a 10-point cushion, and a 94% probability of lifting the Premier League trophy, it has all unravelled into memory. Arsenal have fallen at the Etihad and now stare down the barrel of a fourth runner-up finish. Yes, that haunting number 4 again. The defeat to Manchester City felt like a fatal blow, turning Mikel Arteta's title dream into a tragedy that, in hindsight, always seemed to lurk beneath the surface. The clash at the Etihad unfolded like a cruel script for the North London side. City, with the ruthless instincts of serial winners, calmly reclaimed control of the title race. Pep Guardiola's men once again proved they know exactly when to strike. Arsenal, by contrast, appeared to falter on the brink of glory. Arteta arrived with a bold plan, instructing his side to push high and suffocate City in their own half. The early numbers backed it up. In the opening 15 minutes, 56.2% of the ball was played in City's defensive third. The red and white press unsettled Guardiola's stars, but champions do not crumble easily. Just as Arsenal seemed in control, City delivered a devastating counterpunch. Rayan Cherki produced a moment of pure brilliance, collecting the ball on the edge of the box, gliding past 2 defenders before slipping a clinical finish through another's legs to open the scoring. That strike also saw him become the first player this Premier League season to reach double figures for both goals and assists in his debut campaign in England. Football's cruelty struck again almost instantly. Just 107 seconds later, Arsenal were level, capitalising on a rare error from Gianluigi Donnarumma. Pressured by Kai Havertz after a back pass, the Italian goalkeeper hesitated, allowing Havertz deputising for Victor Gyökeres to pounce and slot into an empty net. It seemed a lifeline. It wasn't. After the break, City turned the screw. Erling Haaland struck the post from a corner, while Antoine Semenyo squandered a clear one-on-one. Arsenal, meanwhile, endured nearly 40 minutes without registering a single shot. Fatigue crept into every stride of Arteta's players. Even when chances came through Martin Odegaard or Eberechi Eze, who rattled the woodwork, wastefulness proved costly. Inevitably, Haaland had his say. Set up by Nico O'Reilly, the Norwegian finished with typical precision to make it 2-1 his 6th goal in 8 Premier League appearances against Arsenal. A telling moment followed. Gabriel Magalhaes tearing Haaland's sleeve in desperation during a duel. It summed up Arsenal's defensive helplessness. Even below full sharpness, Haaland remains a decisive force against elite opposition. Arsenal still had one final chance deep into stoppage time. Havertz found himself unmarked in front of goal, but headed over. It was the moment that defined their night. At the final whistle, Arsenal players collapsed to the turf. They knew. The biggest opportunity to secure the title had slipped away. The gap is now just 3 points, with City holding a game in hand. Win that, and Guardiola's side will go top on goal difference. The pain doesn't end there. In less than a month, Arsenal's dream of a quadruple has evaporated, eliminated from the Carabao Cup in late March, knocked out of the FA Cup in early April, and now, surrendering control of the league what once looked like a historic season is drifting towards nothing. For fans of the red half of North London, this is a collapse of staggering proportions. The fixture list offers little comfort. City face Burnley, while Arsenal must navigate a tricky tie with Newcastle and a high-stakes European clash with Atletico Madrid. Pressure on Arteta has never been greater. Late-season fatigue is beginning to look like a chronic condition for this Arsenal side. The dreaded 4 looms again. Despite Arteta's impressive high press forcing 41 pressures in the final third within the first 23 minutes, a record figure football offers no consolation for deserving more. Only results endure. Goal difference currently favours Arsenal, plus 37 to City's plus 36, but City have scored more goals, 65 to 63. If level on points and goal difference, Arsenal would still trail. Every metric is turning against them. The title race is slipping away in the most painful fashion. Even the most optimistic supporters are beginning to fear another second-place finish. Arsenal now need something close to a miracle, or at least an unlikely stumble from City. But watching Guardiola's side grind forward with relentless focus, it's hard to see where dropped points will come from. City possess momentum, depth, and a champion's mentality. Arsenal, by contrast, are showing signs of physical and mental exhaustion. A thin squad stretched across multiple competitions has taken its toll. Errors are creeping in. Big chances are being missed. Arsenal resemble a marathon runner who led for 41 kilometres, only to collapse within sight of the finish line. This defeat at the Etihad may well be remembered as the defining turning point of the season. City have reclaimed control, confidence and authority. Arsenal, meanwhile, must confront creeping self-doubt. Old ghosts are returning. Seasons where Arsenal led comfortably only to fall short are being revisited. Second place is no longer just history, it is becoming identity, and that is the cruelty of elite football. No one remembers the great runners-up, only champions endure. Arsenal's journey has been admirable. They pushed City for most of the campaign, but to become a true powerhouse, they must win matches like this. Leaving the Etihad empty-handed may have effectively handed the title to their rivals. Arteta insists the race is not over, but the tears and hollow expressions on his players' faces told a different story. Now hope is all that remains, hope for a resurgence, hope that others can halt City. But above all, Arsenal must rediscover their winning edge immediately. Fail to beat Newcastle this weekend, and the race could effectively be over. City are primed for a decisive surge. They have everything: form, quality, and a favourable run-in. Arsenal are left clinging to shattered belief after a barren night in Manchester. The title race has been breathless, dramatic, and perhaps now decided by Haaland and company. There are still games left: 5 for Arsenal, 6 for City. On paper, it's not over. But in football, intuition often tells the truth before the table does. Arsenal have lost the aura of leaders. City have rediscovered the mindset of champions. April has never been kind to Arsenal, and this season is no exception. From masters of their own destiny, they have become desperate chasers. A 4th runner-up finish looms, and it will sting deeply for anyone who loves this club.